My job is to really support usually private and public firms with their infrastructure and construction needs. My first project was actually as a project engineer on Comerica Park. When I started Comerica Park, I was 21, 22, and watching seasoned construction managers and business folks in their 40s and 50s and 60s that have been around, talking to them about why they do what they do, really allowed me to find things that I could take and put in my toolbox to make me a lot better. Comerica allowed me to grow as a professional, and then it allowed me from that project to move on to bigger and better projects. I left that project, had an opportunity to work on the stadium next door, which is Ford Field. I came on that project as a project manager, meaning I was ultimately responsible for the delivery of that project. Engineering, I look at that as just really solving problems. I think a lot of folks hear science, technology, engineering, and math, and they go, well, that's not for me. Don't look at STEM careers as tough careers. I challenge folks to think about their everyday lives, how much math they actually do. Just waking up in the morning, you figure out immediately how much time you have from the time you wake up to the time you need to get out the door, how much time you have to estimate to get to work, to get to a meeting. It happens all the time, so it's kind of organic in how we think, and folks think, well, this is really going to be tough. Yes, there's challenges related to it, but the skill sets are almost ingrained in a lot of us. We just need to tap into it. There are different levels in all of these different fields that you can find that fit for you. A really good way to balance folks who are looking for a different way to reinvent themselves, just looking at themselves and saying, hey, what am I good at? What do I like to do? What am I willing to learn to do? And what am I willing to get engaged in? And I think if they look at it that way, I think it'll really help them to not be afraid at going into a STEM career. In engineering, you work in groups. You want different thought processes, you want different perspectives, and if it's all one gender, one of anything, you don't get the diversity to get an answer that helps everyone. If we look at other areas, you look at construction, where again, you can start at any level. I actually started off as a laborer on purpose. I had the opportunity to go in the office and be a project engineer, and I said, hey, I want to learn it from where it starts. So basically, let me go out, let me carry the wood, let me work with the carpenters, the electricians, and all that, and just really understand their craft. So when I do get to the point where I'm managing projects, I understand why they do it, how they do it. Taking on that stretch opportunity at Ford Field was huge for me, because if it's not uncomfortable, then you're probably not learning.
DTE Energy, for all the energy you'll ever need. And a proud supporter of STEM education on Detroit Public Television.